Hey, I'm Mountain Man 365. I'm going to quickly show you how you can use the side scroller camera setting component, and let's get started. So I'm in the create mode here in the launcher of Core Games. I'm going to hit start project. I'm going to name this side scroller and create a new project. Now, one of the first things I like to do is if I'm in the default mode here, which if I'm not, I'm going to just reset it real quick. And then I like to add, and let me make sure my face is not in the way. If I go to window here and hit event log, I like this to be accessible and something I can see right out of the gate. So if there's errors or warnings or anything like that, I know what's going on. Also, when I start working on a game or a new project, I always like to see what I have. What am I starting with? So I've loaded up an empty project, got the event log ready, and I'm just gonna go in. So I'm in local preview mode, and it's just your basic 3D game with a plane, just walking around, jumping, WASD for movement, and your camera. So it looks good. I know what I have to start with. I'm gonna hit escape to get out of preview mode. And then since I wanna make a side-scrolling game, not a third-person game, let me show you what you do. So we're gonna go ahead down to core content. I'm gonna make this so you can see it. I'm gonna scroll to the left here, down, looking for game components and camera. Sometimes you can't see these labels. You can mess with this size manipulator here, and then you can see them better, or you can always hit list mode. I'm gonna find side scroller. There's two ways to get in there. You can just drop it into the scene, but if you do that, the position's kind of weird. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that in the hierarchy. I'm gonna delete it. And instead of dropping it into the scene, I'm gonna just drop it right into the hierarchy, right there. And then I have it at 0, 0, 0. If you're not seeing some of these items like this arrow, this camera, this respawn point, that means you might have gizmos off. So you can toggle that on and off with V. So go ahead and do that. Make sure you can see some of these things. And then we've added something pretty big with this side scroller camera setting. So what do we want to do? We want to go ahead and test it. First, I'm going to go ahead and clip over to the event log, and already we have a warning. I'm going to hit play. I'm gonna move around. So I can move forward, backward, left, and right. When I move my mouse, it looks like it's turning the head of the player, but I don't want it to be able to go all over the plane right like that. And then if you look at this error here, or this warning really, it says it has multiple player settings. That's because we started with a third-person camera empty project, and so that is still in the way. So what we need to do is click on the third-person camera setting. If you look inside, here's the player setting, and that's what it's kind of mad about, is this player setting, because each the side scroller and the third person have it. So I'm gonna go to the top level of that third person, and I'm just gonna click on it, hit delete. Oops, I just got the name there. Hit delete, it's gone, and then I'm gonna test right away, see what I have. So yes, looks like I can no longer go forward and backwards. I can go left and right, and if I turn my mouse, no matter which way I'm going, like if I have my mouse over here on the left, she's gonna look at the mouse. The player's gonna look at that. I don't want that. I want a more like standard side-scrolling experience. So what I'm gonna do